This show is sponsored by the Trendy Forbes graphic apparel and more. The Trendy Forbes sells graphic t-shirts, tumblers, and infant apparel. They're a family-operated small business located in Palm Coast, Florida. They ship worldwide. Follow the Trendy Forbes on Facebook and ask how you can host your very own t-shirt party. By hosting your own party, you have the opportunity to earn free gifts. They have designs for everyone. I can personally attest to the quality of the shirts as they are super cozy, and Jen is more than happy to work with you on new designs. And be sure to check out thetrendyforbes.com. The website is being updated weekly. When you need some new shirts or a gift for a loved one, think The Trendy Forbes. Tonight's show is sponsored by Queen Bee Cleaning Company. Queen Bee Cleaning Company services Wayne County and the surrounding areas within a 1-hour radius. Their services include residential cleaning, commercial cleanings, post-construction cleanups, move-ins and move-outs. Yes, they do the packing and cleaning for you. Real estate cleanings, deep cleans, event cleanups, window cleaning, interior, exterior, and screens, junk removal, and boat detailing. Yes, you heard that right, boat detailing. You can hire them weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, one-time jobs as needed. It doesn't matter. They offer all natural cleaning options as well using chemical-safe products. All estimates are free. When you need to find a cleaning company, think Queen Bee, because when your environment is clean, you feel happy, motivated, and healthy. To contact them for all of your cleaning needs, call 570-229-3959 or email them at qbcleaningcompany@gmail.com.
All right, y'all, it's the Nonsense and Deep Thoughts podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday night, and welcome to another spicy episode of the NDT podcast.
When did we start an OnlyFans?
I'm just predicting some spiciness tonight, man.
I'm not subscribing to that channel.
Yeah,
nobody want to see that.
Make you pay me to put my clothes back on.
Listen, you're auto subscribed. You got to pay to leave, bitch.
Yes. As soon as you click that link, it ain't even going to say OnlyFans. It's going to be a hidden link. You're going to click it to, you wonder what it is. You're going to click it. You're going to get stuck. It's going to lock you out. Lock you in. Yeah. We'll go with that. So I ain't gonna go through any of the pleasantries or any of that. I kind of want you guys to unload everything you were discussing backstage, because I just want to get right into it.
It happened.
I want to hear
it's done.
No, because I want to hear more about this, because like I said, this is the first time I've heard about this this bat incident with the Yankees. Justin's calling them cheaters or something. What happened?
Go ahead, Justin.
Aaron's just shaking his head.
Let's hear your expert take.
I don't have an expert take. I just riled you up. That was it.
Are you done now? You can't do it live? Oh my god.
It was already done.
Made for great content.
Yankees are cheating.
They're not cheating, bro. It's a rule. They're following the rule. Don't listen. Again, I told you, because your team sucks right now. And we beat up on a mediocre team.
See, when I say all Yankee fans are the same, that's what I mean. It ain't got shit to do with my team.
But if your boy Lindor was using said bat, it's okay.
Nope. I wouldn't like it. 100%.
You don't have to like it. I don't like it. It's what they do. It's allowed. I think the bats are ugly. It looks like they're swinging a fucking bowling pin, but whatever.
I was thinking more like those juggling pins.
Same shit.
Is it like a fungo bat?
Almost.
No. Hold on.
Essentially.
Too many juiced bats.
Steroids were illegal.
Everyone said something. Yeah, that's another point they were trying to make or discuss pre-show. Opie is the Houston incident, and that had to do with electronics. Like, that wasn't just sign stealing.
When we looked that up, that was actually more they set something up on their own.
Steroids were legal until they weren't. Yeah, I mean, steroids were legal because the ratings were through the roof. You had the home run race.
Sir, your argument, Opie, is invalid because the league already checked the bats and they already signed off on them. They're not going to make them illegal now. They already went through the process. They're legal. So those 2 points are invalid. The league checked the weight, specifications, the diameter cannot exceed 2.7 inches at any point. Doesn't say where that 2.7 inches has to be. Justin, we're not talking about your penis. But anyway, 2.7 inches can be anywhere. A maximum diameter of the
round is correct.
So. Round.
Oh,
I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you. The bats are not illegal. They're different. People don't like change. Get the fuck over it.
I think they're going to end up pulling those bats eventually.
Why?
Because they're different.
Because
discrimination. Bat discrimination.
The guy across town's going to cry, my team's losing because they don't have good bats.
I don't like the manufacturing. Like, you've been using bats the same. The bats haven't changed in the pros.
Okay. Rules have changed though, right?
There's no need to change the bats.
There might not be a need, but if this team, because it's the Yankee effect, because it's the Yankees, this is such a huge deal to everybody, whether anyone wants to admit that or not. It's the Yankee effect. This is why no one wants to come as a free agent. No one wants to make trades. It's the Yankee effect. I get that. The Yankees are doing something that 2 players are using a different bat. It's different. People don't like it. There's no rule against it. It's a change. You don't have to like it. I may not ever use one. No one had this freaking thing when they had those new axe handle bats, which forced you not to roll your wrists over. That was okay.
Opie says, remember when the balls were juiced? They changed them halfway through the season.
They can change the bats if they want, but right now, I think they were smart by going ahead and saying, hey, we did a study. Our players are barreling the bat here more or up here more. Let's do it. We said, okay. The Twins are using them. No one's made a single mention about the Twins. No one made mention about Cody Bellinger using this bat last year in Chicago.
And the fact that they're moving the sweet spot on the bat to fit the player. Do
you get fitted for your golf? Can you get fitted for your golf clubs based on your swing? Yes. Why can't you get fitted for a baseball bat based on your swing? It's the same fucking concept. Don't get mad about it. You paid for it. They designed it. End of story. So you're cheating at golf because you get a different club than I do? No. That's right. Be quiet now because you got nothing to
say. You're not moving the sweet spot on a golf club.
I'm not going to use the word. Are you getting a smaller or longer shaft based on how tall you are? Yeah, absolutely. Therefore, you're moving the club head.
To be fair, they already do that with baseball bats.
Yes,
you can get a 30-inch. You can get a 38-inch.
And the length of the bat. The swing itself is your swing is supposed to find the sweet spot. Your swing isn't supposed to, this is where I hit the ball, move the sweet spot there.
You're making my point for me. You could have a $10,000 bat and a 10-cent swing. It's not going to fucking help you. It doesn't matter.
But it is. If you're moving the fucking sweet spot,
based on your performance,
it is 100% helping you. If you can't barrel the ball on an actual fucking bat, get the fuck out of the league. Don't move the sweet spot so you can hit the ball further because you hit it off the end of the fucking bat. Learn how to swing a fucking bat.
But the argument everybody's having a stroke about, Aaron Judge hit 4 home runs in 3 games. Guess what?
I ain't said shit about Aaron Judge.
But that's a big point of contrition. Judge not even using the bat. And everybody else has the option to use them. Who cares?
The sweet spot on the bat is what makes it cheating.
It's fucking smart. It's not cheating if the league says it's okay. Now, if the league says your sweet spot can't be from the trademark, you have to be 3 inches from the top of the bat. You can't go past this point. Just like pine tar, you're not cheating. The league didn't set that specification. If they change it, then they change it. You don't like it, call Rob Manfred's office, bitch and complain. He's going to go, and they're going to do it anyway.
I mean, it's the same thing with steroids. I mean, you got to have a good swing for the steroids to make any kind of a difference.
No.
That's banned.
No. It's different than steroids because now you don't need a good swing to hit the ball far because your sweet spot now sits on the end of your fucking bat because you don't have the patience to sit there, sit back, and actually barrel the fucking ball.
If your swing again, your swing, and they did
Now,
a
I'm going
a
to say
study
I
on all
can't
these
swing
guys.
the bat like any of these fuckers I'm bitching about. I will state that flat out.
Dude, you're not in the league, so shut up.
That's why I love it, Aaron. Or OPG.
But
If they did a study and they said, okay, let's think outside the box. Anthony Volpe, you're a small guy. You got some power. Let's see where you hit the ball all the time. Computers are a huge part of the game now. This is where you tend to hit the ball. Let's ask the league, does the sweet spot have to be here or can we move it? As long as it's this long and it's this big around, who gives a shit? So they did it. End of story. And I'm telling you, if this was not the team, the Yankees, we would not be having this conversation.
I think you're partly right on that one, Aaron. I think it's also like a baseball purist thing because this is where stuff like this is where all the baseball purists come out. Like
But
they
hold-
don't like the change, right?
with the
Like
with
Justin's
the
a
Yankee
baseball
side of it,
purist.
though, hold on.
He hates
hold
the
on.
bat flipping. He hates the bat flipping. That's a baseball purist thing.
You say it's a Yankee problem. I could give two fucks who it is. The only reason I know about it is because of the Yankees, because the media made a big deal about it.
Correct. And here's
I don't give
again,
a fuck who's using it. It's cheating. I don't give a shit that
If
it's within the league's specifications. You're moving the fucking sweet spot of your bat to fit your shitty swing.
Okay. But I'm going to throw this the other direction now. As a pitcher, if I know that your sweet spot is now 2 inches further down the barrel or up the barrel, I'm going to throw the ball either way outside or way inside, and it ain't going to mean shit.
See, you wanted to relate it to golf. You can't move the sweet spot on golf. If you don't center the fucking ball in the face of your driver, it's not.
Well,
That's what they're
well,
doing on the bat. They're moving that center to where
drivers from
I
the 90s are way different than the drivers today.
even
Thank you.
now, you can't.
It used to be
move-
fucking wood. Now they're all this alloy shit.
And a fatter face.
Yes, but what the analogy I was using for golf is not so much about the face of the club. Is what I meant was they fit you for your needs for the equipment that you're using.
right,
That's it.
but you're not changing the sweet spot of the club,
But you're
which is what
changing.
you're.
We're gonna split hairs over this one because you and I have two different points on this.
You do get fitted. You get fitted for the weight and the length of your bat based on your size, which is what you're getting fitted for a golf club. You're not getting fitted to move the sweet spot based on where you hit it. There's no way you can get a driver where your fucking main load is on the heel of the club, where you're going to get the most pop out of the heel of your club. That's what they're doing to the bats. If you hit it on the inside of the bat, they're moving the sweet spot towards the handle.
What did you? Okay, I'm so glad you brought this up. What did you do yesterday? You grabbed your 6-iron and what you thought was my 6-iron, which was my 9-iron. You put them next to each other and said, "Hold, let me finish my point because we're making two very different points here." You said, "I don't like this. It's too short. It's going to affect my swing." That's what you said. You wanted the longer club because you're able to swing better. You had to get fit. Now, understand, you grabbed the wrong club. You thought it was my 6-iron. It was my 9-iron, which was a shorter club.
Based on the length, not the sweet spot.
Correct. But the point I'm trying to make is if you used a longer bat or a longer club, it's going to affect your swing, correct? So you had equipment manufactured to meet your needs to swing and hit a ball, right? That's what you prefer.
Length and weight.
Okay. The length and the weight of where the sweet spot is a totally different thing than what we're talking about. What I'm saying is these guys tailored a piece of equipment based on how they play. The league said it was okay. Right. It's not cheating.
But we're not making a different point. We're making the same point. You're
saying it's cheating. I'm saying it's not. You got something tailored to your needs.
Mark.
But they're moving their sweet spot. They're not adjusting the length or the weight of their bat. That's what
the bats are lighter.
Okay, that's fine. What the problem is moving the sweet spot of the bat, the fucking bigger part of the bat. They're moving that based on the swing. I'm saying you can't do that with a golf club. So your comparison to this is just like being fitted for a golf club isn't right. Because in golf, you can't move your sweet spot on the club face. The center of the club face is always the sweet spot.
In a sense that you are, though, because if the club is too long for you to swing, you have to shorten it up, right? You have to shorten that club.
That's only length. I'm not moving the sweet spot.
In a sense, you are, though, because if it's absolutely are.
So same thing. If you get a bat and it's longer or shorter, the sweet spot's moving based on the length. They're moving it on the bat itself, not based on length. They're moving it to a specific spot on the bat.
Well,
I get what Aaron's talking about, though, because the point he's making is it's tailored to fit your play style, whether it's baseball or golf, tailored to fit your play style. I get that part of it. And at the end of the day, I got to side with Aaron because it's league approved. If it goes through the process and it's league approved,
that's the end of this.
It's legal.
The end point I want to make. They asked the league. The league said yes. And this was league wide to do this because, again, as I said, Cody Bellinger used this type of bat last year before he was on the Yankees in Chicago. But now, oh my God, the Yankees are doing it. It's what it is.
Which now should make the league look into the Yankees and how they got Cody Bellinger. If he was using a bat that was designed by somebody that worked for the Yankees last year, did he already have this plan in fucking motion to go to the Yankees this year? Was that tampering? Come on, MLB, do your fucking job.
The Yankees got Cody Bellinger because they didn't want to waste $1 billion on Juan Soto.
Apparently, so did steroids, Brian.
Yes. And Brian, I told him that before. You could have $1 million bat and a 10-cent swing. It ain't going to do shit. You still have to have the hand-eye coordination.
When you move the sweet spot on the bat, when you're behind everything and you're like this, and it's always going off the end of the fucking bat. Well, guess where your sweet spot is now? On the end of your fucking bat. And I'm right-handed and I play in Yankee Stadium. I got 150 fucking feet to the fence over here. Whoop, home run.
Your Mets play there all the time. They just don't seem to hit many home runs there. Sorry.
Sounds like it's a lot like a fungo.
It really is. Right? It really is.
Let me try to find a picture of this because
now could they legally, by league standards, use a bat that's made like a softball bat with that long ass barrel, that width all the way down?
Probably.
Weird.
I mean, I think the MLB showed more resistance to the axe handle than they did this.
Do you like the axe handle grip?
Yes.
I used one of those axe bats.
I like the look of it.
Softball.
Now,
I don't know how much it affects your swing. I like the look of it.
No funny comments. This thing looks like a dildo a little bit.
You already made the comment. That is wild, man.
It's wild.
Look, and narrows out at the tip too.
The sweet spot's like 5 inches higher than where it would normally end. That's.
You don't have to
swing a fucking real bat,
Steve. Yeah,
you don't have to like it.
I mean, Boston Stadium's no different, except they got the big wall in left field.
Well, pesky pole in right field is a little short too, but every fucking stadium has their own quirks. Yes, at Yankee Stadium is a bandbox, but everybody has a chance to play there too.
Yeah.
So if what everybody's saying with that argument, Aaron Judge would have 81 home runs just in Yankee Stadium alone.
I mean,
it's not that big of a deal.
The Astrodome too, though. Why do the Astros players not hit more home runs?
That's a small field. More, dude.
Oh, the Astro Stadium, whatever.
Minute Maid?
Yeah, whatever one that. No, I don't even think it's Minute Maid.
I think they changed it.
That's
Tiger. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Steve, you're the
Astros one.
You're the Trastros fan.
I can't keep up with the stadium names anymore.
They always change.
I'm stuck on the old one. I'm stuck on the old ones, man. But anyway, that one, it's short as hell. It is a real bad. Obi says, so how would you feel that at the end of the season, an average 240 hitter hits 280? Would you feel different about the bat? No, they're playing to the metrics, right?
But
Listen,
that happens every
statistics.
year.
if it helps them, it helps them. Gives
Is
them
that what
the-
it's called now? Dakin Park?
Okay, it's Dakin Park. They changed.
I would have
they
never
ch-
gotten that.
Me neither. I don't even know.
Yeah.
They changed fucking sponsors like they do their underwear.
That's what I was going to say. It's all sponsored crap.
Like every time they take the trash out, they change. Pun intended. They take and change the name.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I apologize for every Yankee fan that's still bitching about this because 2017 was a long fucking time ago. Let it go already. It's done. They were punished. It's what it is.
You were talking about it last year.
I was.
Every time fucking Yankees play Houston, you talk about it.
What did I say? The only thing I said was it'd be funny if we brought a mini trash can and had one of their players sign it. And it was Bregman, specifically Bregman. Just to be an asshole. Let it go. It's over
So,
with.
Did
It's like
they?
The Sopranos. It's over.
I haven't watched a game yet this season. Did they implement the new bases yet? Weren't they going to do like a wider base?
They did that
First base.
last year.
That was last year. I
That's why
told you
Shohei
I've been a
Ohtani's
terrible
supposed to
sports
be-
fan the
it
last
was,
2 years.
It was 2 years ago because
I thought it
years
was.
ago.
I
The
thought it
year
was spring
Acuna
training.
did-
Let
no, the
70
year
something
Acuna
goal
went
bases.
70-40.
okay.
Yeah. And Shohei stole 50 this past year. Which
It's
is
like
Shohei.
It's a beast though.
I think it's an inch and a half to each base, each way, so it's a 3-inch difference.
Yeah.
So now it's 59 feet, 9 inches.
Weren't they talking about like the softball style first base where they have the
they were
the
they
base
were
for the
going
runner?
to do that.
They didn't do it.
Actually, would have helped in a game the other day. I mean, granted, the dude
I
didn't get
personally-
hurt.
I'm personally all for that. Give the first baseman a bag
I'm-
and give the runner a bag. I'm for that.
I'm okay with that. That's one of the changes I would.
Was it?
As
Yeah,
a
was it the guy in the
purist, I'm
Brewers
okay
that
with.
landed on his head?
No, it was in the Cardinals game.
Cardinals. That's right. Fucking dude landed right on his face.
No. They just there was a collision.
Oh, maybe I was watching the wrong thing then.
It's,
I was watching
I
a
guess
reel.
whoever the hell they have playing first. They had just
Their
moved
first
over
baseman.
from third. No, they just moved him over from third. It's his first season playing over there, and he decided to make it come off the bag too late, and it was a pretty ugly collision, but nobody got hurt.
Ooh. I don't know. I just watched a reel today about Dennis Eckersley making the last out of the '89 World Series, and he almost got wrecked.
Mm.
Race into the bag. Contreras.
Oh, there
he
you
was a
go.
catcher. Oh, was Wilson Contreras? They made a first baseman?
Yeah.
Well, his knees must be shot then, because he used to be a decent catcher. All right, sorry. Now that we've wasted 25 minutes of your lives
I had to
Arguing
get that out
over-
of the way quick, man. Because
arguing over nothing that
coming
it
hot.
really doesn't affect us at all. It's a fucking
It was
rule.
fun though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's something that has it's controversial. You got people on both sides that are it's interesting. It's fun, and clearly gets people fired up. It's fun. Ew, nice.
Oh yeah, that was
Disgusting.
so gross. So gross. It
Disgusting.
looked like it was.
Well,
bubblegum shooting
they're on a
out of his
timer now. Like I think he was trying to rip it off, and then it got stuck to his batting glove, and he couldn't shake it, so he just ripped it off, started chewing it like gum, and just stood there and took the rest of the at bat.
Jeez. I get it. Makes sense. All right, what do you want to move on to? You want to move on to a little bit of football? I want to know what Justin thinks about what the hell the Giants are doing.
I like it.
Do you? You like the fight for the QB spot?
You have two vets.
Mm-hmm.
We're not expected to do much.
Do you see any of the stuff that they're talking about? How they're in talks to try to move up to get a higher draft pick, maybe looking at a QB of the future type of deal.
And it's not this year. I don't
don't think they do it?
You don't do it. No. Stay
You-
at 3. Trade. You got these two guys to get you through a couple years. You're not going to be good this year.
You
Trade
don't-
the
you don't
farm
think
next
either
year to
one
go
of
get
these-
Manning.
You don't think either one of these vets are gonna help this team do a little bit better?
They might if they end up in the middle of the first round next year. You trade up.
I think
You sell the farm to go get Arch.
I think at the end of the season, you're going to see them at the middle of the pack. I think if they've got a high draft pick this year, they might want to take a shot. Yeah,
There's nobody worth it.
you don't think so?
Not that'll help the Giants.
And you're real high on little Manning.
Shedeur Sanders is a diva. Cam Ward's trouble. I mean, they're talented, but Shedeur Sanders played 2 years at Jackson State and then 2 years at Colorado.
Not ready for the big stage.
Nope. And then
You're just really big on Manning.
he was good in high school. The games he's gotten in when Ewers was out, and he started over Ewers last year. He played well. He's got the reign. He should have the reins this year in Texas.
I just worry that you guys are going to do really well and screw yourself out of a draft pick this season.
That's what I'm saying.
You
got
know you need
really
that quarterback. Yeah, I think next year you have to sell the farm to go up and get him.
But yeah, so then you're in the same predicament you're in now, though, because you're going to sell the farm to get one guy and hope and pray you're shitty for a couple years. He doesn't get disgusted and wants to stick around.
See, this year, I would love to see him this year just focus on offensive line. I know they went out and got a lot in free agency.
I was going to say, didn't they get a bunch of guys the last couple of years? On the
You
O-line?
can never have enough because they're not producing. They're not producing good fucking linemen. Everybody they sign doesn't do shit there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you know where the draft is next year, Justin?
next year,
Pittsburgh.
is it? Yeah.
He's going
wanna
to try to
s-
get you to go. He wants to
I
take a
know.
ride.
You want to see your boy Arch get drafted?
I'm gonna end up there, apparently.
I think it'd be
now,
cool to go to.
I think this year, if they stay at 3, I would trade out and try to get
I don't think
picks
they can do
to
that.
use next year. But if you don't trade out, I think you take Travis Hunter. He can play both sides of the ball, and he's good on both sides.
Yeah, but how many NFL franchises are going to allow that though? In a league in a game that's already going to kick your ass?
With that kid, he's done it all through college.
Yeah, but that's
They
not the NFL.
created a stat. Well, not really created a stat, but like they started keeping track of how many plays he played last year. And I don't know exactly what the number was, but it was absurd.
Don't you think that means for a shorter lifespan in the NFL?
Twice the injury risk I'd be worried about.
Mhm.
But I will probably say that the college players try to hit a little harder. So the NFL is kind of a patsy game anymore with the penalties and shit. So
Yeah, especially at receiver.
you're right. Play quarterback. Take a lesson from Patty Mahomes.
Get in
And
good with
then
the refs. Make some friends.
Defensively, the kid's a monster. Like throwing on him is not easy. So
Which side is better, you think?
he's better on defense.
Yeah.
I think he's better
More
in
valuable.
coverage. But he's the playmaker on offense.
We have our Lord and Savior now. Yeah, but baseball's a different game. I agree, but I also said, Opie, that I don't see something like this happening again. Like it's a once in a generation kind of deal.
Right, but what better time to see it happen in another sport than now?
It would be cool. I mean, I'm all for it. I don't see a long lifespan for him.
And maybe there's not. Maybe he eventually decides to pick a side. Or the team says, look, we're going to have you focus on defense.
What is this?
I was gonna say,
But
Aaron
right
looks intrigued
now-
about something.
Breaking
limit
news.
him?
Breaking news from ESPN. The NFL is breaking out a new torpedo ball next year.
Does it have a whistler on it?
No, but it actually has indents where your hand fits to throw the ball, get a better grip.
Fins on the back?
measured
Okay.
perfectly to your hands.
To your hands.
And then midair, it conforms to the hands of the receiver.
Well, no,
right
it's
where
going to
he
have
catches the ball.
Bluetooth sensors in the receiving gloves.
Well,
that will
yeah.
bring it right in.
I mean, they banned the Stickum crap, but they gave them the gloves that are practically
That's
the same
because
thing.
every time they wore that Stickum, it looks like they jacked off an elephant. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, they just had to come up with these gloves that they wear nowadays. I mean, you had that Odell Beckham catch, right, Justin? That's still on your wall.
I don't know for how long. That might be going away. If he gets
Still.
fucking rolled up and
Diddy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
because he's already been mentioned.
Like they
And
said,
if that
no
happens,
money,
that's
no
going
problems.
away.
Yeah. At the wrong time, I think I better see myself out. Crystal comes in and she hears Diddy and she's like, nope, I'm out. Pat says, hi, Daddy Aaron.
Patrick must be in my living room. It's the only time he ever comments on this podcast. I'm sure
Oh
he's
my
sitting
God.
right on my couch.
Why did you just
That's
call
wonderful.
him Daddy, Pat?
So
Oh,
Patrick,
man.
Yeah.
Patrick, his dad moved to Georgia, and I'm kind of like Pat's caregiver right now. Got to make sure he's got
That what
food
it
in the
is?
fridge, paying his bills. Yeah, he's probably down in my living room currently.
Perfect. You guys got
Raid the
anything else in way
fridge.
of sports?
Oh, look, he's on my front porch with my son.
You got a picture sent to you immediately.
I just got a Snapchat. Yep.
That's beautiful. I'm on your porch. Rado won't let me in. He's a weenie. Hot damn.
I mean, he's smart though.
Yeah.
Brandon's a weenie. These two, they fight like they're little sisters. It's great. I love
beautiful.
them both dearly.
That's beautiful. So how's life treating you guys now that the fiery sports conversations are out of the way? How's life treating you?
Did you guys know the Yankees are 3-0 to start the
Never
season?
mind.
That made my weekend happy.
But all
Oh,
Yankee
my
fans aren't the
God.
same.
They're not. They are not. I'm a
They're
baseball
exactly
fan
the
through
same.
and through. No, we're not.
Right, but you're a Yankee fan first and foremost.
If they were doing something
Just like
wrong,
all Cowboy fans are the same, Yankee fans are just like them.
Nope. Listen,
They are one and the same.
what did I tell you backstage? A-Rod. Big fan of A-Rod. Steroid allegations came out. A-Rod, get the fuck out.
Oh, I get that, and most people feel that way. Doesn't mean you're not a typical Yankee fan.
I'm not, though. I'm not saying screw Juan Soto. I never wanted Soto. Typical Yankee fan, sign them all. No. You're doing better without him. Be smart about it.
That's the Mets. That's the typical Mets fans right now. Sign them all.
Yeah.
We're playing Pokemon right now. Got to catch them all.
That's usually a Yankee and Dodger thing.
We'll
I'm
have the
glad
highest. We'll have the highest payroll in the next 3 years.
I don't know. The Dodgers payroll is like 500 something fucking million right now. It's crazy. It's high. Even with the deferred money. Justin, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, 549. Thanks, Chris. 549 for a year.
Insane.
$500 million plus to play a game.
And I don't think they'll be the first team to hit the $1 billion mark. I think
I
the
don't-
Mets will be.
That's for a season.
Mm-hmm. I
Went
think the
wrong
Mets
at
will
work.
be, especially when you see everything finally get built up around that stadium. He's going to be dumping money like fucking crazy on players.
Yeah, but still, that's just
There's like 3 or 4 hotels going up, a casino. They're building a whole park.
Is he building it though?
Yes, it's all
Okay.
his.
Well, then rest in peace, every other team except for the Dodgers. Because it's going to be the National League Titans, Dodgers, and the Mets fighting it out. And you better hope you don't have a first round exit. That's the other thing.
Yep.
Short series, you can get out real quick.
Ugh. There needs
But
to be
anyway.
a salary cap.
They do.
It needs to be. I can't believe they still don't have one. That's insane.
How do you do it? How do you start that now? You're too far gone. Your contracts are too big.
I don't know. I don't know how you do it at this point. You're right. Because you got all these really long contracts. It's like,
yeah, Soto's what, the next 12 years?
15.
The only way you do it is you take the highest salary team in the league and cap it there at this point in time, so that it just cannot climb higher. I don't know.
Just have a massive restructure of everybody's shit. Here's your base salary. Everything's incentive laden. Have a nice day.
How, like, at that point, do courts get involved though?
You're not beating the union. That's the strongest union in the world.
That would go.
What I'm saying is, you honor the contracts that you have now in place, but your next CBA that comes up, I think it's the end of next year, the collective bargaining agreement, you turn around and say, okay, here's the deal. Everybody's getting a base salary of $500,000, and the rest of your pay is based on incentives, based on your performance. 300 batting average, you get this much added on. This many RBIs, this much added on. This many home runs, this much added on. Da, 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 da. Same for pitchers. The lower your ERA, the higher your salary is going to be. You're done.
Yeah, but how do you work that into these long contracts that are already in place?
You didn't hear what I said. You honor these. You grandfather them in. Your next CBA, you say from now on, any free agent signing, this is how the signings are going to be done. Yep.
Okay.
So you grandfather Soto's and Ohtani's is the last one. Because here's the problem the Dodgers are going to run into. Once this team expires, they're still going to be paying millions of dollars in deferred money out
on their cap.
And the other owner that comes in eventually is going to say, I'm not fucking doing this.
Well, the rumor is they want to be out in 5 years, these owners.
Well, there you go.
They want to sell in 5 years.
Screw in the pooch.
So they're not going to be on the hook for any of this.
But are they? Who's going to buy the team with that much collateral hanging over their head?
Well, fuck. What team just sold for $6.6 billion?
Oh, I forget. It was a basketball team. I can't remember now. Was it the Celtics? No.
It was like shocking that they sold for so much.
Yeah, I don't even remember who it was now. I did read about it though. But the way they need to set these fucking teams, these contracts up now is just like that. So anyway, I'm sorry. We're back on sports. I'm gonna get off it now.
Hey man, whatever works. Doesn't matter to me. Hannah wants to know how church is going. Church is going great. We went today. This is second week in a row.
It was the Celtics. Sorry.
Never mind.
No, sorry.
It's okay.
I was on a mission.
It's okay.
Was it a church mission, Justin? Because Corey was talking about church.
Yes. No. It was
the Celtics.
Who's a money trail
with torpedo basketballs?
Yes, with extra dimples in the shape of hands. It shows you the proper.
Hey, they used to have those.
Oh my gosh! But yeah,
Corey, go ahead.
We're really enjoying it. I keep hoping that the older kids start to like it a little bit more. My son, he seems to be doing well with it. He doesn't hate it so much today. He was falling asleep, but that's because this kid will not go to sleep. He's up until like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I know he is. He's telling me he's not. He's a liar. But anyway, we really like it. It's a nice routine for us, and I keep hoping that some of the messages sink in with the kids. But we're enjoying it. It's nice. It's a nice break. I think it's something we needed as a family. But the little one loves it. I mean, Mila loves it.
Jey Uso with her?
Yes, she had him today. Actually, she threw him around and then threw him on the ground. The very first song was a very upbeat song they play. So they start the service with a few songs, 2 or 3. Then they do the service and they finish out with a song. So the very first song today was a very upbeat one. You should have seen her. Like I kid you not, this kid was yeeting to Christian music. It was wild. It was fun.
Funny.
Holding her up in the air. She's like hands going. She's waving them. She's yeeting. She's going nuts, man. It was a blast. She had so much fun.
That's awesome. It would be better if she was screaming yeet in the middle of it. I'm sure Ken would love that. Ken would probably smile big.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Last week he was actually he wasn't on stage for the songs last week. He was behind us. We usually sit in the back just in case we got to scoot out with the babe. And he was standing off to the right, and she's like dancing to the music, and she saw him, and because she heard him singing, so she kept peeking, right? She keeps peeking back at him, and he starts smiling and waving at her. She starts waving at him and she wasn't singing, but she was waving her arms to the songs and whatnot, just staring at him. Must be the beard though.
She must think he's daddy.
Yeah, it's the same anytime she sees Justin. She loves his beard. She's like, that guy kind of looks like my weird dad. Yeah, Alex's arms got tired today. But yeah, Hannah, that's nice to know that you're saying you're gonna go back eventually, but maybe eventually is next week. You got this. You can do it. You just kind of, it's like a band. You got to rip it off. We were the same way. We've been talking about it. Finally, we're like, you know what? Let's just go. Luckily enough, though, like we knew the pastor to this church, so we wanted to go to this one. We knew we were going to a good spot. So I think that's half the battle when it comes to church, finding the right place for you, where you feel comfortable. Like the SNL skit. Yeet, skirt. Yeah. I think he still likes us, Alex. I think he does. But what's been up in your life? You guys having fun this week? I haven't had so much fun this week.
So, hold on. What do you two want? I don't want water. Get out. I'll be done shortly. There's two teenagers.
Yeah, it's almost there.
Put them on. Put them live.
You always threaten them with turning the camera.
Turn the camera. Fuck them.
I don't want to break my camera, and that's the problem.
Well, then he's got to turn it back around and set it up again, get it perfect. I get it. Yeah. I get it.
So I'm stupid. So I bought this little WWE championship belt for when Justin, Chris, and I go golfing. Whoever wins the match, whoever has the fewest amount of shots wins the title. So I made this joke before the first round that we went. I won the match. So I went and bought this title belt and took it yesterday morning, and I hung it on my golf cart. So I said, all right, the title's up for grabs. Whoever has the fewest shots today wins the thing. Okay. So we go through. Dude, I'm bombing horribly. Like, I think this is the worst I ever played golf in my life. To the point, I didn't even play the last two holes. I was done. I was conceding the title. These two on the 18th hole, you were up by 2 strokes?
Yeah,
you had a 2-shot lead. You had a 2-shot lead. So we go through this. They tied. So I got to keep my belt because there was no clear winner.
No contest.
Yep. Yes, Alex, they have them in Walmart. They have them in Walmart.
Do they have them at ours now? Because I've seen that Walmart's have them, but I haven't seen them.
I wish I'd have known you were looking for them. There's a ton of them up there.
We'll have to stop by tomorrow. But yeah, we were looking for some of those.
But you don't know what they are.
It's like a mystery bag kind of deal.
You rip it and see. You can't pick it out, but there's a bunch of them up there. It was right next to the Winged Eagle belt I bought yesterday morning.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
But that was fun.
I'm paying for that round yesterday.
Yeah, you were saying you got hurt right in the beginning there.
The first hole.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you need? 3 of them, Alex? I could pick 3 of them up for you when I'm up there because I'm.
It's all right. I'll stop by tomorrow on my way home from work. I'll let you know if I find them or not.
Yeah, they're right in the toy section, right below the figures.
Okay.
Then I did brakes yesterday for the first time in
Yo,
I don't know, 12 fucking years.
So this is the best part. Before I go to work, I drive back by Chris's house. I roll the window down and I stuck the belt out to the window. It's like, see, I just wanted to brag once again. So
absurd.
And then my kid made me watch Wicked.
Did you like it?
No.
Why?
Ariana Grande creeps me out anymore.
I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I've learned to enjoy musicals because I watch them so often now. Because I have no choice. I don't know. I don't know. I'll watch the next one because I'll be forced to. But
Adapt and just enjoy
Neat.
it. Enjoy it.
it's, I don't know.
Every Disney movie you watched growing up was a damn musical. You know that, right?
It's a true story.
Yeah.
Albeit sexual references in them and everything else, but it was still a musical.
A lot of our kids shows we watched were the same way. A lot of them.
Bad.
There's a reason to get the parents to watch too.
Yeah.
Like I just rewatched Home Improvement. I didn't realize how dirty of a show that was.
Tim Allen and Patricia Heaton.
Like I rewatched it, I'm like, damn.
It was on TBS.
It was on
Yes.
ABC.
Rocco's Modern Life. Rocco was a sex phone operator.
Wow. I never saw that show.
He worked Rocco's Modern Life, a cartoon. He worked the little wallaby.
On
He worked for a
Nickelodeon.
1-900 number he worked for. Ren and Stimpy was awful for all of that. Awful.
That was on Nickelodeon too at one point, wasn't it?
Sure was.
Pinky and the Brain.
No, the one I never got into was South Park.
I watched
What?
that a bunch. I watched that a bunch.
I never got into South Park.
I never really watched the shows, but the movie is hysterical.
I've seen the movie.
Like, I legit thought World War III was going to break out when that movie came out because of the Saddam Hussein and the Satan stuff in there. Like, I was like, wow, this is a problem.
So good though. So funny. The one thing I respect about South Park is they hold nothing back against no one. Like everyone is fair game on South Park. Like they will hit every single group. It doesn't matter.
And that's how comedy should be.
Yes, 100%.
That's
Don't
how
worry,
life
we didn't
should
hear
be.
anything, Aaron. I just know he's there.
I almost got hit in the face with a snow shovel. I was just waiting for him to do it. You would have seen me jump over this computer.
So should I be ready to pull your camera just so you don't have any incriminating evidence?
If I say, hey,
It's
I'll be back,
self-defense at that point.
that's it. I was defending myself.
Yeah. F&A, man. There were so many
Right.
good shows when we were kids, though.
Hell yeah.
I watch some of the stuff my kids watch now, and it's so awkward. I'm sure our parents thought the same, though, when we were kids. I bet, right?
Secrets of the Forbidden Temple or whatever the hell that was.
Secrets of the Hidden Temple? That's
Yeah,
the
that
game
one.
show, right?
Yeah.
Or Legends of the Hidden Temple. Legends of the Hidden Temple.
That, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Double Dare.
I was on Double Dare when I was a kid in Universal Studios.
For you?
I was. We were on
That's
vacation.
awesome.
We were doing, it was like a pilot. No, it was like a pilot, but it was 1991. Yes, we went down in 91. And my dad and I was standing in line and they saw me and they're like, hey, are you here with your parents? And I just kind of look, I'm 11 years old. And I'm like, I wanted to say this, like, no, they just dropped me off. But like, well, yeah. She's like, well, where's your dad? Typical Aaron, my dad died. Oh, I'm so sorry, but I'm here with my stepdad. And she was like mortified. So anyway, she's like, okay, where is he? So they brought us in and they made him wear like these big tie-dye like pants with this big hula hoop around it. And I had to sit on this catapult and launch whipped cream pies into his pants.
Yes.
That was cool as hell. It was like a round robin thing, but my mom has the video. I'll have to see if I can find it and upload it because it was really funny. They gave us a copy of it, but it was like
Very
this
cool.
kind of round robin thing, but the studio was full of people. It was really cool. I didn't really think about it at the time. I was like, man, that was really awesome that I got to do that. So I almost
that
hit
would
my
be
dad in
cool
the
to
head
put
with a
out there.
pie. I got to find it.
I was lucky enough to get to go down to Universal Studios when I was a kid, Magic Kingdom, all those. We went 2 different years when I was younger. I was actually just talking about this yesterday, how like I could never afford to take my family nowadays with the
It's
cost of
expensive.
it. Like you have to take out a mortgage just to do it or refinance your home. Like
Well,
obscene.
to do anything.
Yeah.
I looked in a couple of weeks ago. The Players was going on, so they're playing at TPC Sawgrass. So I was like, "Fuck it, that'd be an awesome golf trip." You know how much it costs to play TPC Sawgrass?
$700
$750
for
per
one round.
person.
How strict are their rules?
Oh,
don't
probably
know.
strict as shit.
I'd probably be thrown off in the first 5 seconds.
Have to dress a certain way. You
Not
have to move
happening.
at a certain pace.
I mean, it probably wouldn't be any more strict than Elmhurst. They were strict. Shirts had to stay tucked in.
Ooh, no.
Hats had to be forward.
Listen,
This is why I never
wouldn't-
got into golf, man. It's
I would have
too
not been
pompous for
allowed
me.
with my Smurf polo shirt that I had on yesterday.
They let Fat Perez play there. Bob Does Sports played there.
Well, he's a content creator, so they don't care.
He could be.
Could be, but we're not that big, bro.
Why don't you guys buy a big plot of land and make your own golf course? Have a little tiki bar at every hole, right? Little bathrooms at every hole so you don't have to piss on the course. Just make it real fancy like, but also make it real redneck like. You know, you can go there, relax, have some drinks.
I've already said I want to own a golf course.
It would be nice. Alex, yes, I saw that your church is doing a golf tournament on May 4th. Star Wars Day, my high holy day. Dude, you're about to be on the show.
Well, Eric, so I thought about you. I thought about you when he mentioned it at church this morning. He said, anybody in here play golf? You guys like to play golf? And one person raised their hand. I almost did, but I haven't played in years and I don't have my own golf stuff. So I didn't want him to pick me out and say anything to me. So I didn't raise my hand, but only one other person raised their hand. I was like, damn. And he mentioned the tournament. And I'm like, I bet you Aaron and Justin would love that. And I forgot.
I already talked to him 2 weeks ago when I saw the initial thing go out there. I did tell him about us potentially being a somewhat of a sponsor. I don't know what we can do for him, but I definitely do want to go play in that. So I don't know who wants to go or who's going to be available on that day, but I'm probably going to go either way. I've already ordered my new Star Wars golf glove that says, "May the course be with you."
Oh, nice. There you go.
So I'm going to dress in like a Jedi robe and play golf for the day.
Beautiful.
Yep. I'm going to get my Air Bethlehems, which are my mandals.
That's perfect.
Yep.
That's so good.
I'm going to put some
Air
golf
mandals.
spikes. Yep.
I work.
Going to put some spikes in the bottom of my mandals. And that's it. My Jerusalem Cruisers.
Yes, but it's a 4-man team, foursomes, right? What is
Yeah.
What day is it? A Saturday?
It's a Sunday.
Sunday, May
Sunday.
4th.
Yeah, I work.
He's doing it on the Sabbath. Dang, man.
God said your day of rest is playing golf.
Yes, he did.
I will.
Justin liked that one, didn't he?
It's
in the Bible.
So it's so relaxing. As aggravating as it is.
As much as I love Ken, he might ask me to leave if he sees me. Actually, no. Ken and I were in Cub Scouts for years, and he knows how I am. He's just accepted it, and is what it is. Next time you see him, ask him about the bear at Cub Scout camp.
Next
This
week, I'll
bear-
be sure.
Yes, I'll tell you the story, but ask him, see if he remembers. But this massive bear, we got like, so we were down in Blakesley at Camp Akahila, and like the campsites are in the woods, but like there's one on either side of us, and they're yelling, "Here comes the bear! Here comes the bear!" Now we got 30 kids in our campsite, and we have 4 female leaders with us, and Ken and I just stood up and walked right to the tree line and stood there like, we're gonna take this bear on. They walked away, looked right at us, and kept going. So I was like, all right. And one of the other female leaders was like, that was like the wall of man. That was so hot. I'm like, all right, shut up. We just took this bear on. Yep.
That sounds like me when the one bear comes to take my trash, man. You hear that thing outside. I run outside barefoot in my shorts, no shirt, chasing the damn thing through the front yard. Alex yells at me, "What are you doing?" Like, I don't really know. It is what it is.
Make the noise, they run away.
Yeah, I was really loud. You know, I'm waiting for it to come back this year. Has not come back yet, thankfully. So he didn't say anything about a bear story, but he was talking about a story about going hiking with two guys, two of his friends. And I'm wondering if you were one of these people. He went hiking somewhere and there was the pouring rain, and he had this map, and the people that were with him, they were talking about how, we trust you. You know where you are. You know where you're going. We'll just follow you. Because he's like, I hope you looked at the map. No, we trust you. You know where you're going. We'll follow you. And he talked about going into the mountains, and it's like 4 or 5 miles into the woods, and starts pouring rain, and they're completely soaked. And it's like the first day of the weekend, and they didn't know where the hell they were. They had to keep following this trail until they found a lean-to dry up a little bit, but they had wet clothes for the whole weekend. I'm like, I wonder if that was Darren.
No, it wasn't me. That was probably when he was down in New Mexico at
no, he was, I don't think
was around here.
I think he was in PA, Appalachians or something.
Might have been on the Appalachian Trail. It wasn't me though.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think
he was in PA.
I think he wanted to kill me the same year with Cub Scouts, and BSA has Boy Scouts of America has a big policy: no fireworks allowed on property. So I'm going to mention the specific day on purpose. So Wednesday night, it's Tuesday night. Some of the kids go home early. They come for 3 days and they leave early, and the rest of them stay for the week. But some of these kids get upset because their friends are leaving them, so they're not, they're upset about it. So I was at the store and I found one of those fountains, those firework fountains. So to get the kids' minds off of this, I put this fountain in the fire pit. And that's how I started the campfire that night. But this shit flying all over the place. So Wednesday comes and goes. I don't hear anything about this. Thursday afternoon, the camp director pulls me aside. He goes, listen, I've known Brian for years. He goes, look, dude, I love when you come here. I love everything that you do with these kids and all your people. He says, but I have a question for you. I said, sure. He goes, can you be honest with me? I'm like, yeah, I'll be honest with you. He goes, did you set a firework off in camp last night? I said, last night? He goes, yeah. I said, no. He goes, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, I got a complaint that you shot a firework off last night. I said, no, I didn't shoot anything off last night. He wasn't getting what I was getting at. So he's like, well, there's a strict policy that we have to adhere to. No fireworks. I said, well, what was the complaint about? Was it like big firework that shot up in the air? He goes, no. He goes, like one of those fountain things, but they're still illegal. I said, and this was last night? He goes, yeah. I said, no, it wasn't last night. Okay. He let it go. So we're still talking. He goes, next year's the centennial committees are going to change for the 100 years for the camps. I said, okay. He goes, I'd really like you to be on the planning committee. I said, so for what? He goes, like just some ideas on how to celebrate scouting for the 100 years we've been here at Camp Akahila. He goes, I said, initially, Brian, I think you should have fireworks. So he shakes his head. I said, and by the way, it wasn't last night. It was Tuesday night. Yes, I did it. I'm sorry. And I walked away. Ken's standing there. He's like, dude, like, what's wrong with you? He's like, but I asked you. I said, you asked about last night. I wasn't lying. I'm telling you the truth now. I could have walked away and got away with this.
Scout's honor.
That's it. I wasn't lying. So I asked last night 3 times. He goes, yeah, you did. And I said, okay. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. Ken's a good dude. He's a really good pastor. So you got a good church you're going to.
That's exactly why we enjoy going to the church that we're going to.
Yeah, he's a good man.
Yep. For sure. Maybe we'll have to try to get him onto the show one day to tell some stories with you.
I can try.
He's like,
I'll ask him.
We'll have to remove the rated R logo up there.
You can ask that question. You can invite him on.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd love to.
I'll take that night off.
Why? You want to hear half the shit we used to.
He doesn't want to cuss in front of a pastor.
The shit that comes out of my mouth.
He does
not care. He's seen me at my worst. So nope, yeah. He knows. But
yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, good man. You want to hear the stories, Justin. You want to be there to ask questions.
I'm sure they're hilarious. Listen, man, that's part of why I like him and why I like his services. He's so relatable.
So when I first met him, he was a Cub Scout leader. I had no idea what he did for a living. He comes in, it was Halloween. It was the first pack night I saw him. And he's dressed up in this 70s groovy outfit, big fro, the wild shirt. I walked right over to him, not knowing who he is. You one of my den leaders? Yeah. I said, I love your costume. You look like a 70s porn star. And I walked away.
Oh God.
Talking. Didn't think anything of it. Talking to my other couple leader, and he's like, that's a pastor. I'm like, oh shit. I walked back over. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. He goes, listen, it's all good. I'm cool. I'm not gonna get offended by it. Yeah. So
that's perfect.
First time I met that guy, I call him a porn star.
Maybe I could ask him about that story when I see him next.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. You guys got anything else for tonight before we head out?
No, I got to go find my W-2s.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing. Got to get those. So Wednesday night is the next wrestling show, as you've seen scrolling across the bottom this whole evening. Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern with Justin and Aaron to discuss all things WWE. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you all
later.